Yeah. We come here to see a comedy show. Is that why we're all here? Yeah? Cool. It would be super weird if it wasn't why you're here. But I do really enjoy this part of Portland. I'm really happy to be here. Make some more noise for yourselves. And then also, the Joes are going to be taking care of us all night, so make it really loud for them. One more time. Yeah. This is going to be a wonderful showcase. Going to be celebrating one of my best buds. I think that's why we're here. James Hartenfeld. He will be headlining the show. Got some other very funny people on this show. It's going to be a blast. And I'm going to get this show started by just showing you what jokes look like, I guess, because that's how we start shows. Really a big fan of this part of Portland, particularly the 82nd Avenue block of Southeast Portland, because I used to have a job at this Carl's Jr. on Powell in 82nd. I was the assistant manager at that Carl's Jr. at 16 years old, yeah. It impressed my parents, but it was a really strange ordeal having all of this responsibility as a high school student, and then having like grown-ass adults come up to you and ask you for time off, because you were in charge of making the schedule for grown people. It was strange. I had like a man come up to me and ask me if he can get the weekend off because it's his son's birthday weekend, and I was like, oh yeah, that's fine, but wait a second, isn't that 420 weekend? I'm trying to get high with my friends. Absolutely not. Not further much down Powell, you have the Goodwill on 92nd and Powell. That's a fucking wonderful place too. I really enjoy that place. I got this jacket here at that place, yeah. And whenever I went to Goodwill, I saw that the changing rooms were out of order, which kind of is this, yeah, it's weird. I don't know what makes a changing room out of order. I always assumed people shit in there, so that's why they're out of order. So anytime I see anything out of order, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I see a vending machine, I'm like, how could somebody have possibly shit in there? It makes no sense to me. But I went and grabbed my jacket, walked past the changing room, saw the sign that said out of order, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll have to guess that this fits. And then I look over to my right, and then there's a man with his pants around his ankles, just whole dick hanging out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He was just getting changed. Honestly, I don't even think he was getting changed. I think he was just hanging out at this Goodwill. It's the kind of people that this place attracts. He also had a Goodwill vest on. He was on the clock that day. He was working at Goodwill. A little bit about me. My eyes have always looked like this since I was a really little kid. And my mom used to play these cruel tricks on me in elementary school where she would put me in Cheech and Chong t-shirts and just send me off to school. And my mom she raised me a single mom. She was a really big hippie, and I got the words incense and incest confused a lot, which made for huge difficulties in elementary school. There was one time I was also raised with an older brother. I had teachers ask me, like, why isn't your older brother in class today? And I said, I don't know. My mom just started up with that incest this morning and just got a big headache and couldn't make it. Yeah, I was not very popular in elementary school. And things only got better for me as I got into middle school, where I was bullied for having acne. And I would ask, like, what friends I did have, what did you do to clear up your complexion? And I was told there's apparently a neat trick you can use in the shower. You set a wet washcloth over your face and also let the shower water run on your face as well. It will open up your pores. And for about 3 or 4 months in middle school, I was just fucking waterboarding myself every single morning before English class. That's how I got started with my day. It was with enhanced interrogation techniques, okay? It was like showering with Dick Cheney. The old people love that joke. I'll leave you guys with one more. Whenever I was just at this plaid pantry a couple weeks ago, I went in there to buy cigarettes because, of course, I look like this. What else am I going to buy at a plaid pantry? I went in there with a friend of mine, and then it became evident that there was 2 workers behind the counter. One of them was training the other, because I found this out when I walked in. They said hello, and then they looked over to their counterpart, and they said, you have to tell the guests hello or else they'll just walk in and steal things. And there was a part of me that was like, what the fuck? I can hear you. But then the other part of me was like, I brought a gun to this plaid pantry. Like, I'll take anything I want, frankly. But as soon as I got done with my transaction, I told the associate, I really do hope you have a wonderful day. And then I looked over to my friend and I said, you have to tell them that also just go home and kill themselves. You guys ready to get started? Come on, you guys can get louder than that. Are you guys ready for a motherfucking comedy show?